Hello, welcome to Amy Yoga. Today's class will be about desert shapes and animals. And we will begin practice in a seated position in the center of your mat. Please take a moment to find your breath. In your seated position, maybe you flutter your eyes closed. Place your palms on top of your knees and bring your attention inward. Begin to invite deep breaths in through your nose and out through your mouth. Wherever you are, exhale. Breathe with me. Inhale for 1, 2, 3. Hold at the top. And exhale for 3, 2, 1. Again, inhale, 1, 2, 3. Hold. Exhale, 3, 2, 1. Continue breathing at your own pace, trying to find a slow cadence. Today's practice, we will invite the sun and its warming energy. Please take note that this practice is meant for you, and you always have the option to find a child's pose if whatever pose we find ourselves in does not serve you in that moment. I invite you to set an intention for today's practice, whether that be about your mind, your body, or your breath. And try to always stay mindful and present on this mat and nowhere else. And if you do notice that your thoughts are drifting elsewhere, simply notice it with compassion and bring your attention back onto your mat. When you're ready, lift your arms up towards the sky. Take a deep breath in. Drop your left hand on the left side of your body, reaching your right hand over to the side. Exhale. Stretching into that side body. Stay here for the inhale, reaching through those hands. And exhale. Inhale, lift both hands up towards the sky. And drop the right hand on the right side. Exhaling, leaning the left hand towards the left side. Stay here for the inhale. Inhale. And exhale, stretching more into that left hand. Inhale, reach both hands up towards the sky. And exhale, plant them at the top of your mat. Shift your legs over so you're laying onto your belly. Place your forearms towards the top of your mat, making sure your elbows are directly underneath your shoulders, palms facing down. We inhale, gaze forward for Sphinx pose. Invitation to picture the Great Sphinx and the pyramids here in our desert biome. Inviting a bit of play into our yoga practice today. We'll be doing some visualizations and imagining the sun hitting all the inches of your skin facing up. Bring attention to the parts of your body that would be shaded in the sun. Option to close your eyes here. Try to soften into your shoulders and drop your ribs even closer towards your mat. Pressing through the tops of your feet. Stay here for the inhale. And as you exhale, place your hands on your mat underneath your shoulders. Press yourself up. And send your hips back, big toes come together, knees pointing to the outsides of your mat, and sink into a child's pose, resting your forehead on top of your mat. Stay here with your breath. Can you sink your hips in closer to your heels? Can you push some energy through those hands? One more inhale and exhale. On your next inhale, pushing through your hands, bring your hips up to a tabletop position. Step with your right foot to the top of your mat, bring your left foot with you, and find a forward fold. Head hanging low, grounding through all 10 of our toes. Stay here with your breath. On your next inhale, grounding through your feet, bending into your knees, slowly rise up to standing. Take your time here. When you get to standing, bring your arms up over your head. Inhale. And exhale, bending at the elbows, we find cactus arms. As you inhale, twist to the left, keeping your hips pointing forward, using your core to twist. Exhale. Inhale, straighten out those arms and invite some circles into your wrists. Staying here for the exhale. Finding opposite directions with those circles. And on your next inhale, rebend into those arms. Come through center. And exhale, twisting to the opposite direction. Inhale while the cactus arms. And exhale, straighten out those arms, finding some more wrist circles here. Stay here with your breath. Find the opposite direction, warming up our wrists. And on your next inhale, rebend into those arms. Exhale, come through center. Inhale, reach up towards the sun. And exhale, forward fold. Plant your hands on the top of your mat. Step the right foot back. Bring the left foot back to meet it. With me, we're going to inhale. And exhale, slowly lower all the way onto your belly. Inhale, lifting your chest ever so slightly for baby cobra, gaze forward. And exhale, tuck the chin, pushing through the hands, come through tabletop, tuck the toes underneath you, and send your hips up and back for a downward facing dog. Stay here with your breath as our first down dog of the day. Maybe you walk your feet, straightening into one leg, bending into the other, making sure you're evening out on both sides. On your next inhale, send your hips up and back towards your heels, reaching your chest towards your heels, and exhale. Inhale, reach the right leg up towards the sky, three-legged dog. Exhale and drop that hip towards the ground, squaring off our hips. Inhale, reaching that right leg higher up towards the sun. And exhale, send the right leg through your hands, dropping the left knee onto the ground. Inhale, both arms up towards the sky for a low lunge. Inhale, reaching up towards the sky. Exhale, cactus the arms, sending the chest towards the sun. Inhale, reach the arms back up towards the sky. And on your exhale, twist to your right, cactus the arms. Stay here with your breath. On your next inhale, plant your right arm on your right knee, reaching your left arm up towards the sky, and your gaze follows for a reverse lunge. Option to invite an added balance of challenge, bringing your right hand to the back of your left thigh. Remember here we're gazing through our left palm, sending our energy through the top of our left foot and the bottom of our right foot. On your next inhale, cartwheel the hands to the top of your mat. Untuck your left toe up and send your right foot back. Inhale. And exhale, slowly lower all the way onto your mat. Untuck your toes, pushing into the tops of your feet. Send your hands towards your hips, and we're going to inhale, lifting our chest, lifting our feet off the ground, gaze to the ground for a locust pose, and exhale, return to the top of your mat. Head. Inhale, locust, squeezing the shoulders down our back and together, and exhale. One more time, squeezing. Can you lift even more through those legs, squeezing the glutes, and exhale back onto the mat. Plant your palms on either side of your face. Push your upper body up through tabletop. Tuck your toes and find a downward facing dog. We'll take a vinyasa transition. Option to find the baby cobra and go through tabletop to downward dog. Or with me, we're going to find a plank. Take an inhale. Lean over your hands. Slowly lower halfway. Exhale for upward dog. Inhale. And exhale, tuck the chin and send to a downward facing dog. Inhale, bring the left leg up towards the sky. Exhale, drop the left hip off to the ground, squaring the hips. Inhale, reach a little bit more with that left leg. And exhale, plant the leg towards the front of our mat. Dropping the right knee onto the ground. Inhale, bring the arms up towards the sky for a low lunge. And exhale, cactus the arms. Inhale, arms up, straighten up towards the sky. And exhale, cactus the arms, twisting to the left. Stay here with your breath. Option to bring the left palm on top of your left hand and reaching up with that right hand for a reverse low lunge. Staying here with our breath. For an added balance challenge, bring the left hand to the back of the right thigh, deepening into that reverse lunge. Remember, our gaze is through our right palm here. Take a deep breath in. And as you exhale, cartwheel your hands to the top of your mat. Step the left foot back, lowering all the way onto your belly. Hands come to your sides, forehead on your mat. Inhale, lifting your legs, lifting your chest for locust. And exhale, forehead back on the mat. Inhale, locust, squeezing the shoulder blades together and down our back. And exhale, forehead on the mat. Inhale, locust. Can you lift your legs higher, squeezing those glutes? And exhale, planting the hands on either side of the head, pushing through tabletop. Tuck your toes and find a downward dog. Option to take your vinyasa transition here. Meet me in downward dog. When you're ready, inhale the right leg up towards the sky. Remember to square off the hips. And exhale, plant the right leg on the opposite side of your right hand, dropping the left knee onto your mat. For a lizard pose, we come onto our forearms here, and if that is uncomfortable, option should just stay on your palms. Breathing through this hip opener. Option to shift your right foot so you are resting on the knife edge of your foot, opening up that right knee. You can let your head hang low. Maybe you close your eyes. For this lizard pose, maybe you imagine you're resting on a rock, the sun hitting you, warming you up. And as the sun hits you, you soften into those hips even more. And with your breath, you're releasing any tension you've been holding in that area. One more deep breath in. Open mouth, exhale. push yourself back up onto your hands and shift back onto your left knee, straightening into that right leg for a runner's lunge. Here we have our palms planted on the mat and our chin tucked into our chest, stretching into our right hamstring here. To deepen the stretch, flex the toes towards the face and breathe here. On your next inhale, rebend into that right leg and plant your hands at the top of your mat. Step the right knee to meet the left and push your hips onto your heels. Here we'll take a camel pose. So reaching up towards the sky with our hands. Inhale, send your hips up to the sky. And as you exhale, bind your hands behind your back, interlacing your fingers, gazing up. This is one variation of camel. To invite a deeper stretch, with me, we're going to drop our left hand to our left ankle, reaching our right arm up back behind us. Either stay here or bring the right hand to meet the right ankle for a full camel pose. Remember, this is your practice. Find yourself wherever you are today, and that is exactly where you're meant to be. In our camel, we're going to send our hips towards the top of our mat here, opening up our chest to the sky. One deep breath in, and as you exhale, gaze forward and send your hips towards your heels. Bring your hands to the top of your mat, sending your knees out to the edges of your mat. Big toes come together. Find a child's pose, resting your forehead on the top of your mat. Deep breath in, open mouth, exhale, let it go. Stay here for 2 more breaths. And when you're ready, tuck your toes underneath you and find a downward dog. Deep breath in, lift the left leg up towards the sky, squaring off the hips, and as you exhale, plant the left leg on the outside end of your left hand. Dropping the right knee onto the mat, come to a lizard pose. Either stay in your palms or drop your forearms at the top of your mat. Option to lean onto the knife edge of your left foot, opening up that left knee. Maybe you are closing your eyes, letting your head hang low, visualizing yourself as a lizard, sunbathing on a rock, feeling the warm sun heat up your skin, and breathing into this hip opener. Find a few more breaths here. And on your next inhale, planting your hands and sending your hips back, straightening into that left leg for a runner's lunge. Letting your head hang low, tucking your chin into your chest. We're opening up into the backs of our left leg. Deep breath in, deep breath out. On your next inhale, shift into your left leg, plant your hands at the top of your mat, send the left knee to meet the right knee, and we're going to send our hips back onto our heels. For a camel, we're going to reach up towards the sky, inhale, send the hips up, and either find your hands clasped behind your back or bring your hands onto your heels for that full camel. Inhale and exhale. Opening up into your chest, feeling the sun shine in your heart center. Sending your hips to the top of your mat, deepening that camel stretch. Stay here with your breath. One more deep breath in. And on your next exhale, sending your hips towards your heels, planting your hands at the top of your mat, big toes come together, knees come to the outside edge of our mat, and we find a child's pose, forehead touching the mat. Deep breath in. Open mouth, exhale. When you're ready, pushing through your hands, come up to a tabletop, tuck your toes underneath you, and find a downward dog. Shifting over our hands, come to a plank, and find your vinyasa transition here. I'll meet you in a downward dog. Take a deep breath in, stretching into the backs of the legs. And exhale, lower yourself onto your knees. We're going to swing our legs out to one side, coming onto our bottom. And lengthening all the way out for a corpse pose on our back. We're going to bring our hands to either side in the cactus with our arms bent. Inhale, lift the right knee up towards the sky, bent at 90 degrees. And exhale, lean it over to the left side for a supine twist. And stay here with your breath. Option to gaze at your right hand for a full twist. Option to place your left hand on top of your right knee if you'd like to push a little bit in and deepen that stretch. On your next inhale, lift the leg up towards the sky. Exhale and lower your leg back onto your mat. Inhale, right knee up towards the sky at 90 degrees. And exhale, bring that left knee over to the right side for a supine twist. For a full twist, we're looking through our left hand. Maybe you bring that right palm onto the left knee and gently deepening that stretch. On your next inhale, bring that left leg up through center, and exhale, drop your leg onto your mat. We're going to plant our palms by our hips and bringing the bottoms of our feet closer to our heels or our hips. On your next inhale, pushing through your hands, pushing through your feet, send your hips up towards the sky for a bridge pose. If you have a block, this would be a great time to place it right underneath the base of your spine for a supported bridge. Take a deep breath in, sending your hips higher up. Exhale, either remove the block and send the hips back towards your mat. Inhale, lifting your feet off the mat. Bring your hands to either sides of your feet and exhale, sink into this happy baby pose. Stay here with your breath. Either find stillness or find some movement into this pose by straightening into one leg at a time. Whatever feels good to your body in this moment. Take a deep breath in. And as you exhale, let go with your hands, sending your hips to the top of your mat. With your legs out long, we find our final resting pose, a Shavasana. I invite you to close your eyes here. And once again, visualize that hot desert sun touching the very top of your skin. and you feel the warmth all the way deep into your core. Taking deep breaths in, open mouth, exhale, sinks deeper onto your mat, almost as if you're being supported by sand that matches the shape of your body with your weight. Stay here with this breath, and I'll let you know when it's time. Shavasana. When you're ready, begin to invite some movements into your toes and into your fingers, bringing your attention back into your body in this moment. Invite some larger movements with your arms and with your legs. And when you feel ready, roll over onto your favorite side in a fetal position. With this fetal position, imagine the birth of the next part of your day, and placing your hands on the ground, push yourself back up to a seated position. We come to the end of our practice today, and I'd like to end it with our hands at heart center and a deep breath in for 1, 2, 3. Hold at the top. Exhale, open mouth. 3, 2, 1. Well done. Thank you so much for practicing with me today. My name is Amy, and I hope you have a great rest of your day.